Speaking of celebrities, he sees them all the time because he lives in Los Angeles. He's Lane Kiffin, USC head coach. When's the last time you were on the sideline, you looked and saw a celebrity and you went, wow?
Well, we're not allowed to have them anymore, thanks to our sanctions. So,
well, was there a time before, though?
On our sidelines.
Was there a time before?
Yeah, back in the run earlier, the guys were always down there. I always remember Lindell White would score a touchdown and throw the ball to Snoop Dogg. So, kind of things that only happen in L.A.
But you have Will Ferrell normally there. Was there ever anybody that you were surprised they were a USC fan?
I don't know that. I probably really going back to Snoop, the fact that he was such an SC fan and knew so much about the team, came and practiced with us one time and ran routes and knew all the guys' names. I was kind of shocked that he had followed it so closely.
Wait, he ran routes?
He ran routes, yes. I was actually the receiver coach at the time, and he ran routes. And we would put him on a post route early, and I think Leinart threw him a post route, and there wasn't much wind left in him after that.
Well, his lungs are a little bit damaged, I think, Lane.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Snoop Lion. I forgot.
Oh, that's right. He's changed his name. Yeah. What kind of who did he remind you of? Was he like a Freddie Mitchell? Can you think of another one? Pinkston?
I think you got to probably Randy Moss. I think
Oh, Randy Moss.
Type guys. Yeah.
Yeah. You're up 50-6. What do you think as a head coach that how you play this out, or what's left to accomplish in a game?
Well, the first thing is to get our young guys in. We tried to play. It was Parents' Weekend, so we tried to play everybody on our sidelines so that their parents would get to see them play. And it was just really a special day for those records to go down early, and for Matt and Robert, which are two great kids from great families. And then they broke the records that were anticipated, and they started setting other records on the side of pass completions, highest in the history of the conference, and quarterback rating. And Robert caught 4 touchdowns that's the first time anybody's ever caught 4 touchdowns in a game here. So it was just a really special day.
Who was responsible for the video tribute to Barkley? You had Leinart, Carson Palmer, Pete Carroll, Keyshawn Johnson, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin.
Yeah, our guys did a really good job during the week. Craig Kelly and Mark Jackson put together that, and with a lot of help, obviously, from those guys. And I think, once again, that speaks to SC and L.A., to have all those guys do something like that. It was really neat. It was just a neat day. The Kings had the cup there as well, and were honored during the game, and our national championship team. So it was just a special day for all Trojan fans.
He's Lane Kiffin, USC head coach. You got Arizona coming up, and then Oregon on the menu. I was wondering about this. I don't know if you agree with this. I look at Barkley now as an underdog story for the Heisman. You see that?
I could see that. With the start that people wouldn't have anticipated as far as number-wise, even though going into last week he had thrown as many touchdowns as he had at this time a year ago. I think people forget his great run was the second half of the season, and our second half started last week, and he couldn't have played better, 95% completion and the 6 touchdowns. And so hopefully that's a start to a great end here, and that could lead to a run. You
know how good your team is?
I don't think we do still. We've not played a real tough schedule. We're going to find out here very quickly. We've not played a lot of high-ranked offenses. We've played great on defense so far, but we're going to go back-to-back weeks with 2 of the top offenses in the country that play at an incredibly fast pace. So I think 2 weeks from now, I think we'll know a lot more.
How much of your job is to help Barkley win the Heisman?
It's not. And we talked about that before the season with Matt and with our other skilled players. We have some really good skilled players that have put up huge numbers in their career on offense, and we wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same page. And with Matt coming back, too, that wasn't about winning a Heisman. Our goal is to win the games and get out healthy. And so Saturday was a case of that. We started pulling kids halfway through the second quarter, and they weren't real happy with it. But the most important thing is to win and to stay healthy.
Would you like to have margin of victory be an important part in the BCS rankings?
Not at all. I think that just like what I just talked about in our game, being able to pull kids to let those other kids play, and a lot of walk-ons that would never, ever play if you had that margin of victory matter. And then also, the sportsmanship of being able to run the ball at the end like we did. I think Matt only threw three passes in the second half, and in a game like that, you don't want blowouts like that with other staffs and knowing what them and their families go through.
You know where you rank in the BCS?
I do not.
Ninth.
Do
you care?
No, I don't. that stuff takes care of itself, I think, especially at SC, because our schedule a lot of times back-ended, has some really good teams, because Notre Dame's always sitting there. So I think all that washes out. I know it's fun for you guys to talk about, and everybody talks about it all week once they start coming out, but there's going to be teams in the top 5 right now that aren't going to be in the top 15, and there's going to be somebody come from nowhere. So because of our schedule, if we take care of our stuff, I don't think we have to worry about that. And like I said, we've got a long ways to go. We got some great teams coming up.
But how much are you keeping an eye on what goes on with Oregon, Notre Dame?
I'm not really. Once again, we're just so worried about ourselves and making sure we're improving. That was the whole theme last week. It wasn't about playing Colorado. It was really improving in some areas. But
aren't you curious what Notre Dame does? That they beat Stanford, or what Oregon is doing on a Thursday night?
Yeah, if it's a Thursday night, sometimes where that's the one night we get home, being able to watch a little bit of it or TiVo it after we put the kids down. You like watching it, and also you appreciate good coaching and good playing. And those two teams, Oregon and Notre Dame, obviously play very different games, but they're playing great. Can you simulate Oregon? No. I don't think people can simulate things they don't do. They can try, but you never can. That's why everybody talks about when you play the Oregons or now Arizona, with Rich Rod's tempo, that no matter what you do in practice, the game's different. And so I just think they've been doing it for so many years. Rich Rod and Chip, they're the best in the country at doing it. So you can't figure it out in 1 week. How do you recruit in SEC country? Because I know that you've recruited there and you recruited well, but what is your calling card when you go into their territory to get somebody and try to bring them to Los Angeles? Well, I think first off, it has a lot to do with the kid. Over the years of doing it, and we've been fortunate to get some great ones. We've done 3 back-to-back years with kids that have come in and started on defense as true freshmen, and now we're looking at a freshman All-American, Leonard Williams, who's doing great from Daytona Beach. But a lot of it's the kid. You're going to find kids, they're just not going to leave. They're going to stay home. They got too much family close to the school that's nearby them. And then you find some kids that are a little bit different that say, hey, I want to do the L.A. thing. I want to go to the private school experience in L.A. and everything that goes with that. So I think you got to find the right personality kids. When's the last time you saw a movie? God, that's a good question. I don't even remember. But are you more apt to see it with your wife or your team? Oh, yeah, we don't watch movies as a team, so not the team. And you've never done that motivational or bring in a goofy movie or something? No, we don't have enough time for that. I think that counts as our 20 care hours a week. Oh, it does? Watching a movie? Yeah, I think so. Oh, wow. So what I did. No, the other Thursday night I came home and the kids were watching the end of Jaws, and so it's now my 3-year-old's favorite movie. Knox is Jaws, so he just talks about Jaws. So I did see the end of Jaws. And then the 5-year-old Presley woke up 5 times in the middle of the night because of bad dreams. So I don't think Jaws was a good idea. What are you doing? I mean, come on, what kind of leader are you? You got the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old. They're going to have nightmares. Hey, I came home. It was already going. I have to blame my wife. Although I do need to give her a shout out. She's on her way to her tennis tournament. Her and her partner. So they've lost their last 2. So they need some good karma today. What, did you give her a pep talk? I did. Who's tougher? There's nowhere to go but up. Who's tougher to be around after a loss, you or her? Her. I was surprised. She started a tennis deal and they lost the other week and she was all mad. The girl on the other team was yelling at her. Whoa! Yeah. Well, can she handle herself? She has to. I told her I was going to give her the good luck beanie, but you guys have it. Oh yeah, and you got my Christmas ornament that Barkley gave you. That's supposed to be mine. No, I sent you the beanie. There's only one ornament. I couldn't send you that one. That one the point was to go on our tree, like for our kids. Okay, how about this? If you don't win the national title, then I should get the Christmas ornament. If we don't win a BCS game, you get the Christmas ornament. If you don't, okay, here you go. If you don't finish in the top 5 at the end of the year, I get the Christmas ornament. Voters don't like us very much. So we'll go with how about whatever you guys come up with as your group there is your top 5 if we're not in that. Okay. All right. Then I get the Christmas ornament Barkley gave you. All right. Or at least a copy of it. Oh, God. All right. Good luck to your wife in her tennis tournament, more importantly, and good luck against Arizona. All right. Have a great week, guys. All right. Thank you, Lane. That's Lane Kiffin.